Hey guys, get ready me while I tell you a story time of how I snuck my boyfriend at the time to sleep over. Yes, this is a real story time and it's my story time. Okay, so this story time was actually like a year ago. It was like June, July, because that's when me and my ex dated. So basically, me and my best friend at the time had a little sleepover and we just came back from a party and we were at home. We ordered some food. I don't know how the shops were open. But yeah, we ended ordering food at like 12 and then we were eating and everything. It was like 1:30 by that point and we were really bored. So I texted my boyfriend and I was like, should we try sneak him in? We were really silly. Like, I don't know, that summer I was cursed by something. I wasn't being myself at all. The only reason we thought this would work out was because at the time he used to live like 5-minute walk from me. You literally go down my road and you turn left and he's there. So when he tried to like see if he can leave the house, his parents weren't asleep. So he basically told his mum that he's gonna go out really early in the morning. So if she wakes up and he's not there, that's why. He said he's going to like Bournemouth with his friends early in the morning so they can get there at like 10 or something. I don't know, because we live in London. So obviously his mum expected him to not be there. So cool, he said that, and then when she fell asleep, he left his house at like 3 a.m. and he started walking to mine. Meanwhile, me and my best friend were downstairs getting food. That was our excuse, but nobody woke up. And then he came, he was there, and we were like, wait, how do we get him in? So we decided to open the window of our living room and just get him in, because our front door will make too much noise, and there's two doors. Like, it's not only one, you have to get through two doors. So we ended up doing that and he got in successfully. Now this is the sticky bit. My room is 3rd floor, my parents' room is 2nd floor, like right next to the staircase. So we had to walk back up and make it seem like there's no, like 3 people, obviously, like 2 people walking. And you can hear like each step because my house is like carpet. So that was quite challenging, but we did end up making it. And then we were just in our room, chilling, vibing. We kept on laughing. I tried to make him like not laugh, because if my mum hears a guy laugh, that's it, we're done. She knows. My mum ends up hearing us laughing too much, and she usually doesn't go in my room, so I wasn't that bothered. So I start hearing footsteps and I'm like, yep, we're done, like we're done. So I tell him to hide under the blanket, and then my mum walks in and it's just me and my friend, but he didn't get under the blanket. His fucking curly hair was sticking out. And my mum goes, who's that? I'm like, what? What do you mean? And then she pulls off the blanket and she sees him. As soon as my mum sees that, she walks downstairs and wakes up my dad. At this point, it's literally 4 a.m. and my mum calls me downstairs and I have a little chat with them. And they're like, why did you do this? We can't send him home because it's literally late. Like, he can't get in his house anymore because his parents are asleep. So then my mum was like, this is the only way, like, this is the only time you're going to do this. He can sleep over, but he needs to go in the morning. I was like, cool. Like, I'm getting my boyfriend to sleep over. I don't care. So, yeah, that was really it. Then in the morning, she never really mentioned it again. And my parents didn't mention it again. But we did get cameras now, so we kind of have cameras because of that in our house. So whenever someone comes in, she can see on the camera. That's really the story. The story is kind of hectic, but I forgot to put primer. And the makeup didn't turn out as expected, so I'm probably going to redo it and do another story time. Hope you guys enjoyed though. Love you all.
Get ready with me while I tell you a story about how a rumour went around about me that ruined my whole high school experience. Please ignore the flash of the lights, they're really bad. So basically, I went to a school from year 7 till about the start of year 9, and throughout all that time, I was getting bullied. Just people like hating on me, and just people didn't like me. So I was speaking to my mum about me wanting to move schools, so I did. Little did I know, the bullying would have been worse at my new school. So I joined this school around halfway through year 9, and I still don't regret moving there because I met my best friend and I met other loads of nice people. So basically, I met this girl. I'm not gonna name names. I'm friends with her now. It wasn't like she didn't do it intentionally, but yeah, I'm still friends with her now, and obviously I'm not gonna name names. But I met this girl and I was in iMedia with her. So yeah, we was in iMedia together. We were sat next to each other and we had our favourite teacher, and obviously it was fine. We sat next to each other. We were just talking and doing our work. And then she starts asking me weird questions, like random questions, but I didn't think anything of it because it was just her personality. She was a bit strange, but it was just her. It was just how she was, right? But yeah, she started asking me questions, and the questions were like, they were really random. So I'm gonna give you an example of the type of ones that she'd ask me. So she was asking me like, how big are crabs? Like, not the animal, not, well, I don't even know if they are an animal. Not the animal, like, if you know, you know. And she was like, what's bigger, is it crabs or nicks? And I was like, I was answering all of her questions and I was like giving her advice about things that she didn't like know. But yeah, the conversation was just going on and I was answering her questions and all this stuff. And then obviously the crab question, I was answering and she shouted out, she went, did you just say you've got crabs? And I was just thinking in my head, I was like, for God's sake, everyone has just heard that. Everyone's just heard it and now that's going to go round and it's just going to... Because you know what school's like, one person hears things and the rest, you know, the whole school knows. And so I was just thinking in my head, God, my life's over and all this stuff. But I was just hoping that like no one actually like cared and like that no one heard. But with my luck, of course they heard her. From then on, it was just lads and lasses coming up to me, like shouting crabs at me and just saying, you've got crabs, and then, yeah. And the crabs story never left my side until the end of school. And, yeah. My whole school life, people were just shouting at me, you've got crabs, and it was awful. I don't even know if I'm going to post this because I want that out of my life. I don't want to hear those words again towards me, but, you know, it's a story time, and, yeah. Thank you for watching though, guys. I know it's a bit of a long one, but that's my story time, and, yeah. If anyone from my school is watching this, I'm not, like, starting anything, it's just a story time, and yeah, it's just high school, it's, yeah. Thank you for watching. If this is on your For You page, please drop me a follow. I love you guys, bye.
Story time about how my boyfriend's girlfriend texted me. So I went on a cruise ship in July 2022 and I met this boy and I thought he was really cute, he was cool, he was funny, and I had a crush on him, but I didn't say nothing just because we had a little friend group going on and I didn't want to mess that up. But eventually, by the time we got off the cruise ship, he let me know that he liked me back, and I'm just like, okay, cool, that's cool. The only issue was that boy lived 1,300 miles away. See, I've done long distance before, but not like that, and especially not with no cruise boy. You just my cruise baby, not trying to do all that, like. So yeah, even though we got off that cruise ship, we were still talking, still liking each other or whatever, until eventually he had asked me out. And at first I'm like, don't know about that one. Just because, Puka Dukes, you know how far you live? Who finna drive 20 hours to go visit they Puka? So at first I was like, I'm not with all that. Until eventually, I was just like, you know what? You only live once. God, I did it. So yeah, we started dating and we were dating for about 5 months and everything was going good. Like he would text me, make sure that I'm good. He would call me every day, like, you know, the usual. We would communicate a lot, like, which is really good for, you know, long distance relationship. Okay, and then February comes by and we're about to make 6 months. He had texted me, I mean, not texted me, I'm sorry. He had called me and was like, oh, you want to be my Valentine's, whoop-de-woo. And I'm like, oh, for real? So everything's still going good. And then randomly out of nowhere, it's about 4 days before Valentine's Day. And then out of nowhere, he was like, "Oh, I'm not feeling you no more. And I think we should break up because I don't want you to potentially fall in love with me." Boy, what? So I'm just sitting here like, dang, we was just doing all right. Like, what happened? He just texted me that morning, and then out of nowhere, he was just like, "Oh, I'm not messing with you no more." So when I get home, I'm talking to my mom about the situation, and she's like, there's definitely a girl involved." And I'm sitting here like, no, but because I really trusted him, so I'm like, no, I really don't think that's true. But boom, the next day at school, still a little heartbroken, still a little sad. I'm talking to some of my male friends about it, and they're like, no, there's definitely another girl involved. So at this point, I'm just like, well, dang, okay. I mean, I guess we'll never know because when I'm trying to get over somebody or like something, I just try to avoid the situation. So I really didn't care. It's like we broken up with, so it don't even matter anyways. So now it's the day before Valentine's Day, and I didn't care about the situation no more. I was over it, glad to be single, whoop-de-woo. And then I get a message from a random number. Come back for part two. Part two of my boyfriend's girlfriend texting me. So yeah, I get a random text message, and it says, "Hey, do you know Bucket?" His name not Bucket. That's just what we gonna call him, okay? But yeah, they're like, "Hey, do you know who Bucket is?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what about him?" And the person was like, "I just wanted to let you know I'm his girlfriend." I must have read that wrong. Let me reread this message again. Nope. His girlfriend. It was his girlfriend who texted me. I didn't know what to say or what to do. I was just in disbelief. And at first I'm thinking, oh, here we go. This girl about to get on me because I was talking to her boyfriend and blah, 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 blah. But it was actually the opposite. She was like, "I'm not mad at you. My issue is with him because we've been dating for a year and he's been acting weird since he got off that cruise ship." I'm sorry. A year? So she told me, she was like, "Yeah, he's been acting weird since he got off the cruise ship." And I was telling my friends and my mom about it. And they were telling me that he was cheating on me, but I didn't believe them. Then he was avoiding her phone calls and stuff like that and says that he would be talking to somebody else, which obviously I'm pretty sure that was me. My only thing is that girl must have really had some trust in him for letting this go on for 5 months. Like, I really felt bad for her. But yeah, her friends kept accusing him of cheating, so she snatched his phone to prove her point to her friends. And then she saw my contact as like Vanna, like in my phone, or I mean in his phone or whatever. So then I'm getting all of this, like I'm receiving all of these messages in class, like. And I don't know if this is bad to say or not, but I was actually more glad at the fact that he had another girl on the side than him just not liking me at all. So I knew, like, dang, okay, at least I didn't waste 5 months of my time. I mean, I did and I didn't, if that makes sense. But yeah, that happened, and I really had respect for the girl because she ain't come at me no type of way. Like, she knew that it was him that was doing all the doing, and I didn't know nothing about it, just like she knew nothing about it. So at this point, I was just, I was upset, but I was just done with the whole situation. Like, so at this point, I just wanted closure. So the next day, now it's Valentine's Day, I had to keep my head down the whole day at school because I'm over here just figuring out my boyfriend had a girlfriend, and there's posters all over the walls and all hearts all over the lockers, and I'm like, I'm not trying to see all that. I just got broken up with and found out I was getting cheated on at the same time. Like, what the? I don't want to see that. So yeah, I was still upset, and during class, I eventually texted him, and I just wanted some closure. Like, I didn't want nothing to do with him after that. I just wanted some closure. I just wanted to be like, so did you like really like me or what? When I tell you that boy sent me a whole essay to read, I was like, oh my gosh. But it turns out that he really did like me, but he, I guess, regained feelings for his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, whatever they was. They was off and on. I can't tell you. All I know is never again. No more cruise bays for this one. But eventually, me and the girl actually became like pretty cool. We was friends with each other. We was communicating every day and stuff like that. Don't got nothing to do with that little boy no more. Anyways, no cruise ship boy is part of your time whatsoever. Ain't that right? Oh.
Please tell me why I came across the most pick-me-ass girl ever in my life, okay? Not even exaggerating, like, this girl actually hates other girls, like, for real. Basically, picture a bad bitch in orientation because like the summer semester is starting, and I sat next to this girl because I was like, you know what, I need to communicate, I need to have more social skills, okay, because I'm a shy ass bitch, right? So I sit next to this girl and she starts talking, and like the first thing that comes out of her mouth is like, I don't really have a lot of girlfriends because like they're all fake, like they all backstab you. Like I have mostly guy friends because guys are like just like way more better friends. And then as soon as she said that, I was like, okay, this girl's a little bit off. Like something about her, like you cannot trust this bitch. Can we please give a moment of silence for this blush? Like this is the e.l.f. putty blushes. Like these two shades, they're literally everything. And then I was like, I don't really believe that, but if that's what you think, then it's your life, you know? And then after I said that, she like literally wanted to argue with me, and she was like, oh, like you really think the whole girl movement is a real thing? Like you don't think that girls are like really backstabbers? Girl even mean? Like what does that even mean? And then I was like, when you have other girls back, like, you know what? And then she for like legit, like I'm not even lying to you, she for real said like, oh, so girls are just lesbians then. I'm not a lesbian, so I'm not a girl's girl. Are you serious? Like what I'm telling you,